지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Hopefully he can kind of bring his skill up and keep getting Pro League plays, but I mean, he has to turn around soon because he's going to hit the point of no return very quickly with this play.
Well, I hope you guys didn't forget that Deer's in this group because this is his first game.
Is this a Protoss player?
I think so.
Sick. I like Protoss. It's a good race.
Yeah. The only Protoss in the group, of course, along with 2 Zergs and 3 Terrans. So he only had to practice for 2 matchups. So he was already favored, but just that added fact also helps him out.
Yeah, it's. I think that he is going to get through this group with flying colors. If I had to guess, I think he's like just kind of like a level above everyone. The only person I'm like. The thing is, aLive, he has a chance. Like, aLive is very good. He kind of smashed Billowy yesterday, and you know, as we talked about, he's played well here today. He beat Dark. He seems to be in very good form at the moment. But Deer is like top 4 from GSL. He's a former champion of GSL. He's just super, super strong.
And he's back in form as well. So I feel like this is going to be a very close game. Let's jump into game number 5 on Dust Towers right now.
I love the graphics here.
Yeah, they've done a really good job over here at the SSL. Really improved, especially from that the first time we did it.
Yeah.
So down here in the bottom left in the red, it's Deer, the only Protoss player in the group. And up in the top right, his opponent's already 2-0 off to a really good start. It's aLive.
Okay, so here's the quick and dirty of Deer and his PVT. Like Korea, yeah, I'm wording things really funny today, and not haha funny, more like whoa funny.
Yeah, like whoa, why? Oh, okay.
But
he put a barracks on the low ground.
Yeah,
but anyway, give us the quick. And dirty.
We saw that yesterday too. Your monitor is actually like tilted a little bit. You have like a key stuck in there. You see how it's like shifted slightly? Like here, look. See this? Look at it over there. Like it's one of these, but hold on.
Oh,
there you go.
You're right.
Yeah,
actually,
I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I play this game a lot. That is not. There's something weird about that. It's fine now.
You fixed it. Okay.
You have to tell it to refall. Anyways, okay, guys. Yeah, that was weird. But anyway, so for Deer, right? Korea doesn't really like Blink Soccer Disruptor. The Foreigner scene likes it pretty much. Like a lot of Foreigner pros like to use that against Terran.
Yeah.
Deer is one of the only Protosses that has consistently used the style. Sometimes we see other guys pop it out here and there. Oh, who's that handsome man? Oh my God.
He's a bit of a celebrity.
Smart.
Yeah. He may have been a king in his past life.
Probably. You're probably right about that. But yeah, so with Deer, that's my question. Is he still going to use Disruptor-based Protoss vs. Terran? I don't know.
I don't really like it, to be honest.
Me either.
I've never really seen it work.
I think Disruptors are a dumb unit. Like, I don't think they're really that good.
I think with the Colossus buff, I like that a lot more nowadays.
Yeah.
If you want to go for AoE that's safe and consistent, you know? Storm is good. Storm is always going to be probably the best, but it's really expensive. It's you know, it's hard to protect your High Templar. They're not as tanky as Colossi. All this stuff. So it's the trade-off. We've been seeing more and more Colossus usage here in Korea once it did get buffed. That attack speed.
Definitely Classic was killing with it in that last group. But all right. Gonna have to just kind of sit and wait, see what Deer wants to do aLive. Kind of going down the standard route here as Terran, probably into a Widowmine drop. We will see though.
Yeah, and funnily enough, Deer did commit to that Zealot. We were talking a bit actually about my monitor. I didn't really see what happened. It was a bit of a
why did he make a
quicker?
Zealot?
It was a bit of a quicker Reaper, I guess, because it was on the low ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So maybe he just freaked out a bit and made it. But as you can see, the Zealot really just doesn't have much use here.
I believe he did that against Billowy last night as well. There's a lot of StarCraft games right now. It can be a little bit hard to remember. But look at this Mothership core. It's actually doing some pretty significant damage. Oh.
it's killing all these Marines, and that's really going to take away from any kind of drop now.
Wow, ring around the rosy at the moment. Look at aLive. Like, oh, man, taking so much damage. This Mothership Core has done a ton.
Oh, he's going to come into the fight. I'm not sure that he can win this one, though.
You know what? I think that...
Oh, he wins!
Okay, so Deer is going to win the group. Like, because I was looking at him like, I think you're right, but Deer wouldn't right-click on that unless he knew exactly how it goes.
It's true.
And it literally came to one Marine shot within death, 4 health.
But he knew.
What the hell did we just see there? What in the world?
Oh, man.
God, Deer. Look at Beyond. He's like, yeah, I can't believe that killed so much.
Terran tears, man.
Oh, man. Beyond is going to open 2 Barracks Marines so he doesn't die to the Mothership Core.
I mean, he did it against Zerg, I suppose. We'll see if he tries it against Protoss. Or against Deer. Beyond versus Deer TVD. Let's see. This is kind of an interesting build here from Deer now as the follow-up. He got an earlier robotics for a lot of observers. No warp prism as far as I can tell. No.
Nope.
And just immediately follows up into a 3rd base and then 3-gate Stalker.
Yeah. This is pretty much the standard of the matchup at the moment. You can go from here into Colossus play. You can go from here into Storm play. You can go from here into Mass Gateways. This is like the best, safest, easiest way to take a 3rd base. And like, he's in good shape. He's blocked the Widowmine drop completely. He did a bunch of damage with his Mothership by killing that many Marines. That really means a lot. And now he is getting that Warp Prism.
Oh, poor Widowmine. And look at this. He's immediately prepared for that Liberator. It flew right over the pylon, so no surprises here.
All right, sets up at the 3rd base, but no probes are even there to mine at the moment. Stalker's kind of walking across the map. This is not many Stalkers. I don't expect much damage to be dealt, but he is making a bunker. aLive is scared, man.
Yeah, he's a bit scared. He hasn't seen the main. He doesn't know exactly how many gateways are down, and he saw the 3rd base with no probes mining immediately, so maybe he's freaking out a little bit. He's like, where's all your, what's going on here, you know? You're moving across the map, you know, what exactly are you trying to pull, so...
Could be right about that. He's moving the rest of his Stalkers across the map now. Now this is going to be really strong. He's going to be able to pressure heavily, delay this 3rd command center from even landing, and during this, he's starting his upgrades.
Yeah, I mean, he just got so far behind from the Mothership Core coming in and just delaying any kind of drop, and the Liberators got shut down. aLive found basically 0 damage. This is the first bit of damage in this game for aLive, where he denies a lot of mining there at the 3rd base, but it should be cleaned up sometime soon.
He does warp in a few more Stalkers here, so should be able to get it. Glaives on the way, 1-1 as well. Probably going to be a mass gateway style, and considering how much he screwed up aLive's opening, I think that's a great choice. Like, if you have any sort of advantage and you go into this style, it's very hard for Terran to get damage done to you. Like, splitting your army is a lot easier. You have a lot of Stalkers spread out around. You have a lot of observers, because that robo-build time isn't really as much of a premium.
Yeah, and there we go. 5 more gates going to be dropped down. He's also adding in Immortals. It's just going to be a really strong ground-based army, going to delay the AoE. High on the upgrades, high on the units, and as you were saying, there is a reason he is going for this, just because he already has this advantage. Dropping a bit too, but it looks like he will be caught out here. Warp Prism goes down. Yeah,
that was a nice catch there by aLive. Definitely needs more moves like that. The Stalkers do end up trading with a few SCVs, but that was absolutely not worth it for Deer.
Yeah, 100%. So he does finally clear up the Protoss around his base, and finally he's experiencing a bit of fresh air where he can, you know, begin to drop a bit, can pressure a bit of his own here. Wants to make sure that Deer doesn't get this 4th base up.
Well, that 4th base is definitely going to be the point of contention, as you say. How will aLive deal with this? Because there's not enough units out right now for Deer to really stop everything. Like, if he does a swift drop into the main base or something, that could really, really hurt Deer.
Yeah, let's see. He's got a lot of blank Stalkers out on the map. On the chase, actually. Going to force the entirety of this Terran army to just stim and run away.
He's blink forward, grabs a Marauder right there. There is a medevac out on the map, so that might be able to get a little bit of damage done. Just pure Marines in it. Flying past some observers here. Did Deer actually see that, though, is the question. No, he didn't.
Here we go. And he is going to pull now. Let's see if he brings back any units. He might just rely on the Mothership Core because those units in the middle of the map are not coming back.
Is he going to try to actually bust him right now?
Looks like it. Scan coming down here as aLive tries to analyze exactly how many units he has. And here comes the Shade. He's coming in.
Oh, this is going to be really gross. It looks like he's going up this ramp right now. Does Shade in with those Adepts. A Widowmine goes off, though. Will he be able to break it with these Liberators coming out? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Liberators are going to be alive. There's no way he can blink onto that. And kind of just a botched engage there from Deer, freaking out from that drop. And now he's going to lose a lot of units and is on the run.
This was really, really rough for Deer. It just absolutely did not work. He got 17 SCVs, but I think that aLive is completely fine with what happened in that engagement. He whittled down the army really heavily, and Deer has to kind of remass on that. He's definitely behind in that regard.
Yeah, let's see if aLive can find some damage from that, though. He really still needs to put on the pressure as this fourth base of the Protoss is up and running now. And he does have the much bigger army, and still no AoE on the map here for this Protoss. And 2-2 is not yet done. So actually, if he could hit right now, that would be the perfect time. But let's see what he wants to do here.
All right, he's moving out very quickly. We do have those upgrades about to finish. There's not a lot of Adepts here for tanking, so that's an issue. And aLive going to siege up with these Liberators. So that, he has a nice defensive place to fall back into. Stems into this army. Not really utilizing the Liberators at the moment.
Yeah, trading pretty well. And look at this, 10 probes go down from a small drop in the back door. And look at this is what you were talking about. Go for a drop into the main.
Oh, and he actually, I think he might have misclicked there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough because those units could have easily gotten something like the cybernetic score there, which could have ended the game. But he will go ahead and stem into the third base, and he's going to be able to deal a ton of damage here. Only 3 Adepts to defend.
The Liberator's in a really nice spot, and they're protected by Widowmines, too. I like this blink. One Widowmine is going to hit those Stalkers, but kind of getting in behind those Liberators is going to force aLive back now.
All right, aLive does pull out, but things are still going pretty well for him, I would say. He's gotten that probe count down very, very lowly. He's killed off a lot of the good units of Deer, but Deer is moving across the map right now. Does aLive have enough at home to hold on?
A lot of his units, too. Well, not a lot of them, but some of them are out here on the map still. And he is going to deny some mining, but they are not going to be back home to defend. And look at this. There's no Liberators that I can see in the mix. He's got a couple of Widowmines, but this is, again, a very strong Protoss army that now has 2-2.
Right now he is trying to engage against here. Oh, he gets that Widowmine. Going up the ramp at the moment, more and more Marauders and Marines rallying out of these barracks. And
a warping of Adepts coming in. It's pretty close, but at the end it looks like aLive might be able to hold on. Just barely.
I think he's just barely held right here, and that's it. GG. aLive takes it. Wow, especially after that Mothership Core. I'm a little bit surprised. But he kind of tore Deer apart.
And that was his away map, too. We were talking about how Deer, a big favorite in the group, but he goes down to aLive, who is now 3-0 with 2 away wins. So it looks like aLive actually was the guy that is coming to play today and is going to take this one.
I didn't think that aLive was going to be the guy that crushes the group, because there's always someone that crushes the group. But
yeah. I thought it was
guess
Deer.
He's the guy.
I thought it was Deer.
It could still be Beyond. I guess he's only played 1 game, but aLive starting out 3-0. This is looking very good for him going up.
Yeah, and he's already played his game against Deer, one of the harder opponents, too.
Yeah.
Getting that out of the way here is going to be a nice win for him, especially
on the
away map. Yeah. So next time he plays against Deer, it's going to be on his home map. He's going to, he's going to be comfortable. I actually want to see what that is, just because I'm curious.
It's probably Dusk.
Well, they just played on Dusk, so aLive. It's Frozen Temple, actually, that he picks against Deer.
All right. Deer didn't look that great with the gateway-based style. I felt like strategically he made a lot of great choices, but was out of position quite often there.
Yeah, especially just the one drop that came in behind the third base. He did not respond at all. He was like, I guess I got to attack. And that's like what I do in, low diamond KR.
Sure, yeah.
I'm like, I just attack and I die, and I'm like, I lost again.
Yeah.
because I'm a noob. I'm not Deer. But Deer did it, and I'm like, well, you know.
I know, it makes you
maybe
feel
I could
better,
rock
right?
with the best.
When I see someone die to 3 drops that land at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay, you lose probes to Widow Mines too? That's good to see.